Good afternoon. This is Speak On It, a live interactive opportunity for you to call in here and participate in this commentary. Let me say that again. Anytime you see me here this time of day on Highline 21, Channel 21, know this. This is a paid commentary where you can call in here and make a comment. Feel me? Not call in here and debate. It ain't about that. Now, we don't have to be agreeing with each other, but this is not a debate. Now, if our opinions can't merge, then I got a good recommendation. And I highly suggest you do this. Come down to CAN TV and pay for a commentary. And I won't call you. I won't interfere with you. So if you got something positive, we on. But if you don't, let's not get off into that. We sacrifice in order to do these shows periodically because something has happened that has really been too serious to ignore. We are here today to salute the young people that did the nationwide walkout all over this country, matter of fact, all over the world, because they are tired of their peers being slaughtered by others with guns. Now, there's a lot of pieces to this, and we're going to get to them. But I have to admit, I don't think the gun control is the issue. I think child control, individual discipline, consequences and punishment, those are the solutions. See, the gun don't just get up out of the box up from behind the door and just walk out and kill nobody. Some creature have to tote it out. But the reason the creatures keep doing what they're doing is because we don't see them get punished. We should be punishing these people that's committing these crimes, whether they're doing mass shootings like in these white schools or whether they're doing drive-by like in black schools. The problem is not gun control. I said that. The problem is that society has allowed criminals to be catered to. If you want to stop it, start punishing their behinds publicly. Maybe you should do like they do in Ghana or Togo. Take their behind. Boy, y'all, God dog it. Omari, you got me all caught up. Boy, I can't even say it the way I want to say it. They told me I got to be diplomatic in here, so I'm going to be diplomatic and censor myself. Take you to the public square and just, boom, do you. If they did that for about 6 months, people in America would know that when you do something stupid, we are going to publicly execute you. Yeah, we're going to do that to you. Don't care if you're 2 years old or 20. We're going to kill your behind. Feel me? You're going to get whooped. You're going to get dogged because you've acted like a criminal. That'll stop this. Some of these guns, that AR-15 or whatever it is they seem to like to use when I was in the Army, we had the M16. It was a nice little piece, you know what I mean? That was in its day. Now they like this one. Some of these people are just crazy, but even a crazy person responds to what? Shock treatment. Even a crazy person has understanding of punishment. Now, like I said, we salute those young people. But in our effort to salute the young people, we're going to show you something that's really the problem here. The problem is what one of the schools in Chicago, well, not just one, it was about 3 for what the kids showed me and what I've been able to see on social media. Same colonies producing the same germs generation after generation. Same colonies presenting the same problems. You know, you got to deal with that. Kids walking out all over the nation. And you got these, oh man, these creatures turning into a criminal opportunity. But I'm going to show it to you and then I'll talk about it. I'm trying to give you time to get to the television. You can call here. You see the number on there. 1-312-738-1060. These young people are tired and scared. But Chicago has been doing something about this for years. Back in 1984-85, Harold Washington administration created something called the Chicago Intervention Network. Back in that day, we would what you would call an interventional type program. We did a lot of things with games and da-da-da-da-da. But what came out of that in 1986, we created something they called the Parent Patrol. And the Parent Patrol worked with the community, and Lou Jones, God rest her soul, and others, Al Kendall, Larry Whitman, and other people that worked in that program, Linda Wilkes. We all worked. And eventually we got Springfield to come up with a law they called Hit the Overhead, Safe School Zone Law. And what the Safe School Zone Law said is that anybody, whether you're shorty or longy, if you commit certain crimes within 2 blocks, that's about 1,000 feet of a school, inside or out. If you are a juvenile or a kid, you would automatically be treated as an adult, and those penalties would be enhanced. Now, this is an international law now, Safe School Zone Law. And we call that Safe School Zone. But today they call it Safe Passage. In 2010, when the Safe Passage program was put into place, it was called Community Watch, and then they attached it to the Chicago Public Schools, which I believe was a mistake because you limited it. But that be as it is. But, come back to me. But the truth of the matter is this. In Chicago, and I gotta say this, man. In Chicago, we've been dealing with this for the last 30-odd years. They've been killing folks in schools for years. They just ain't been telling you about it. But Chicago got a very unique program, and that's why I'm so pissed off with these creatures out there in that area that act the fool the other day. You got hundreds of people standing around and walking around hundreds of schools in Chicago in this color vest. Not this style vest, but this color. They used to call them highlighters. Now, I ain't speaking for Chicago Public Schools. I ain't speaking for nobody. I'm speaking for me. I can do that. And if it wasn't for politics and economics, and politics and race, we would have been able to bring those people off the corner just standing there looking like scarecrows into another mode where they would be doing things that would bring it to a more modern form. But that's somebody else's problem or business. But what I'm saying to anybody that got these problems and got kids that are afraid, you might want to look at Chicago Safe Passage Program. Because this high visibility, this with hundreds of people around hundreds of schools moving around, gives the perception of safety. The word is perception. And sometimes that perception become what? Reality. Kids feel safe, so they come to school. Kids feel safe, so they will report that there's a situation. So you don't always need the police to go hard. But you do need people like Chicago had. Standing around, walking around, talking to community people, children, and others. Networking. Establishing relationships. That will go a long ways in some of these communities where children are terrorized of the thought of leaving their home in the morning to go to school. The program could stand some tweaking. But, like I said, politics and race and egos gets in the way of progress. But somebody that got a mind and got a vision, they could take what they do in Chicago. I wouldn't use these vests, I would use the school colors. Because every thug you see, anybody want to commit a crime, all they got to do is do what? Put on lemon and lime. They put on one of these things and they can just go do anything in the name of that. So if you change it a little bit, anywhere you are, you can have a safe school zone because it's law. You can have a safe passage and you can have community watch, and some of this will stop. Now, young man, I want you to come to the first piece, and I want you all to just look, because we're gonna roll down the road and then we're going to comment in and out. Now, if some of you all, and I know this is a hard time, man, this is a hard time, from 4:30, I'm supposed to be at work now myself. From 4:30 to 5:25, ain't nobody paying no attention to this, but it's okay, because we're putting it out here. And every month we're going to try to do this. We're going to come down here at least once a month, and we're going to do a commentary like this. Because next month, before this month is out, we got to do Black Panther. All y'all running around here talking about how y'all feeling so good. I got to talk about that before it get too old. But anyhow, let's stay on this, man. Show this, man. Now, what you see here is 14,000 shoes, which represents 7,000 people.
Welcome to Circa. My name is Omar Muhammad, and I'm in Washington, D.C. at the U.S. Capitol building on the South Lawn. As you can see, there are a bunch of shoes here on the South Lawn, about 7,000 to be exact. 7,000 shoes to be exact.
Now, that should have touched you a little bit, because what the shoes looked like was what? Tombstones, representing the bodies, mostly children that have been slaughtered since Sandy Hook, back in the day. Now, what happened in Florida a month or so ago where 17 young people were slaughtered, that brought this resurrection of the movement. But the movement in Chicago started quiet as kept, because there was a basketball player that actually went to the school where these clowns acted a damn fool the other day. I ain't gonna call the name of the school if I can keep from it. He got killed. Same community, same school, same stock of people. So the community moved around, and that's how they came up with the Chicago Intervention Network, basically. Because this boy got killed, and white folks had expected to make millions off of this boy, because he was supposed to be a great basketball player. But being from that particular cesspool that we see 30 years later are producing the same type of creatures that has no respect for other people's property. Same school that he went to, same area that he was from. Same result, 2018, as it was back in the 80s. See? So don't be blaming white folk. Look at the creatures, the grandparents and the parents and your offsprings, and then begin to understand that guns ain't all the problem. The problem is your interaction with these offsprings that you are creating. And I bet you, well, I'm going to say that till we get to that clip. Show me this other clip, man. Now, this is a real salute. Not only are these children, is that loud enough for them people to hear? I hope they can hear it. Not only are these children...
Oftentimes we go without really being heard. We might feel something inside, but we don't really express it. Today was primarily about Florida, but not only just for Florida, also all of the other schools that have had uncontrolled gun shootings.
Lost will not go in vain, and we will speak up, and we will create a solution to the gun violence that's going on in today's society. If you want something done, it has to be done yourself. And as us students in this school, if we want safety and we want gun control, we have to speak up. It starts with us.
Now, how can you, people really be blowing me, man. How can you not salute that? Man, I was looking on Facebook today, and there's some dude walking out there doing Facebook Live, got his camera all up in his grill, running his mouth, talking about this is white supremacy. Nigga, if you don't shut your ugly bubblegum lip mouth, what has that got to do with white supremacy, dude? Those are children saying we want to live, we want to be here. But everything that happened, there are napping neck people that want to turn it into a racial issue. That ain't got nothing to do with race. It's got to do with fear and the inability or the unwillingness of grown folks, politicians, to do something other than get rich and talk S-H-I-T. You understand me? Children should not have to walk out of school because their peers are getting killed and politicians standing around getting rich from the NRA. Don't make no sense. But it's your business. That's what's up. Now, that was down in Atlanta. But I salute those kids in another way. Not only did they walk out on National Walkout Day, they took a knee to salute Colin Kaepernick, a brother that was really a victim of racism, because he kneed and said, please stop killing young black and Hispanic males and anybody just because you was a cop. And they demonized him, took his contract. But he all right. He doing all right. But those young children there, those young people there, when they say children are our future, they can be my future. But I'm going to show you some in a minute, boy. If I had the power, they would be fertilizer. Believe me. I said that. Yes, I did. Because when you got a crop like this, and then you take this other garbage, what do they use for fertilizer in undeveloped countries? Garbage. So we got garbage in our community. We got garbage in our colony. We need to take that garbage, send them to Mississippi, Alabama, and Louisiana, and put them in the fields. You want to run the Mexicans out from over here, we'll replace them then with these thugs you got running around here killing people. Somebody got to do the work. Punish them. Or either leave DACA alone, because you're going to need somebody somewhere with some intelligence in the future. Because we got a lot of these that should have been on their knees. But instead, we'll show you in a minute. Show this other piece, a little color flavor. See, we want you to understand we ain't discriminating here.
Trump is on BS, what we do?
Stand up and fight back! Gun violence has got to go, hey, hey! Ho, ho! Gun violence has got to go, hey, hey! Ho, ho! Gun violence has got to go.
We want gun control. We don't want to necessarily ban guns. We just want more control, more regulations, because if we can't have those regulations and anyone can get guns, then nobody's safe. We need to be in school. We need to be safe. We don't want to have to walk out just to get what we want. We want to get an education, and not every time we're in a classroom we're scared that we're going to get hurt.
Control is common sense. Donald Trump, Mike Pence. Gun control is common sense. Donald Trump, Mike Pence. Gun control is common sense. Donald Trump, Mike Pence. Gun control is common sense. Donald Trump, Mike Pence. Gun control is common sense. Donald Trump, Mike Pence. Gun control is common sense.
Now, yeah, that's what you do when you salute somebody. Because it ain't about us, y'all. It's actually about them. I mean, those that got some sense, they ain't my future, but they their own future. I ain't never subscribed to that. Hell no, you ain't my future. Even my grandkids ain't my future. They future. Right now is my future. How I live my life right now is my future. They have to live their life, because every day is the future. And because you're so ignorant, you tell these lies, you miss the point. Those children want to be able to live. They do. But like I said, this is a law. This is a live call-in program. And I'm glad to see we got a call. And I want you to understand this here. What we are doing here today is showing you what you might have or might not have seen already.
Okay. Yes, doctor.
Oh, what's up, Ray?
Oh man, I'm so happy to see you back on TV.
Thank you, sir.
I saw you and Mr. Matthews, but you won't take any calls on 100. But anyway, listen about DACA. I'm Mexican American.
Mm-hmm.
I fought in Vietnam for my country and proud of it. But listen, Nancy Pelosi, Maxine Waters, Schuler, I'll bet they don't have any DACA people in their neighborhood that are unemployed, on welfare, MS-13 killers, stuff like that. The only Mexicans they know are the ones who work for them.
Mm-hmm.
Those are, the ones that cut the grass, clean their house, cook for them, iron their clothes. And then they want to say, they need $15. I'll bet you that they don't pay their people $15 an hour. Mm-hmm. So when they get serious about it, both Republicans and Democrats, I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to see no center cities. Once they start talking serious, then I'll think about talking to people, but my people, Mexican people. But until then, nobody's serious about them. All they're doing is using them, both sides. Mm-hmm. So that's how I think about it, Doctor.
Well, Ray, I really appreciate you calling. You've been doing this as long as I've been doing this, and I appreciate that. And, we're going to try to get consistent, man, because like you say, with the other shows we do, 19 has not yet got back up to having live call-ins. So what we find ourselves doing is, doing the shows, and then people like yourself don't have the opportunity. And that's why periodically we are going to make the investment to come down here at least once a month and do this so brothers like you can get in and speak it. Because sometimes we need to get it out of our head. And I just hope that Chicago Access eventually get 19 back up so we can get back in the mix. And I ain't going to get on that right now because eventually I'm going to do a commentary on that. Because you and I both know, Ray, never again. Never again. It was doing too much. Tuesday night, you had live. Saturday and Sunday, you had 3 lives. Woo-wee! I'm sure some of them white folks, them politicians said, oh no, we got to move, we got to change this. We can't let these grassroots people think they got no power to be able to influence decisions and the elections. But anyway, I'm going to move on with that. Now, mentioning the elections. Some of y'all might have noticed, and all of this is connected. That dude down there in Alabama, I even forgot his name. He fooled y'all. Y'all got down there, black women started beating their chests and thinking they was greater than black men because 97% of them voted for him and 93% of the black men voted for him. Well, the other day he showed y'all what he think about y'all. He voted against y'all. That's right. You might have been better off with the dude that rode in on the horse. The Republican. The reason I'm taking a minute to talk about that is because Ray brought it up. This is election season. Right here in Illinois. You got 2 billionaires. Well, you got 3 really, that other one. But you got 2 that, the one that's there and the other one that look like. Y'all need to be careful when y'all go out there. Because I see y'all fighting each other right now about which one of them people it loves y'all the most. Don't nobody love y'all, man, because your children don't love you. Because you can't tell them what to do. You don't love yourself. So don't go out here and start talking about, I don't like you no more because you're going to vote for so-and-so. Snap out of it, fool. You better figure out who got your best interests in mind. But be sure to go to the poll. But don't go there thinking your vote count. Just go there because people have died and fought that you could. All right, man, let's go to the next piece before I get off into something else.
They gonna make us work today. Oh my God. Oh my God, look how they tore up our store. The fucking vigilantes. Kids.
She ran to the back room. I'm taking
Oh
off my
my
vest.
God, look at this shit. Look. Oh my God.
They got the noodle palette.
They gonna make us work today. Oh my God. Yes.
Now this here happened over there on 83rd and Stewart. These creatures, they kept taking down the piece where they had them on Facebook running out of the school like a pack of wild animals. I guess some Chicago public school called Facebook and said, don't show them like that. I hope they got them all on camera. They need to be punished. They took that day. I ain't gonna call the name of the school, you know what it is. And they did what the community expected them to do. You heard the people say, oh, so much like them. They ran up in the Walmart at that school and they ramshacked the place. Stole stuff. Their mamas and their uncles and their granddaddies need the store to get food. Some of them work there. Some of these little nappy-head creatures gonna need a job. But they went into Walmart and you see what they did. And you're gonna blame Walmart for not wanting to locate in your community, and instead of recognizing what the day was about, you take the opportunity to act like a damn criminal, and you got suckers in the community wanna uphold that? Go kill yourself. There is no excuse for that. But yet you preachers and you politicians, you wanna act like it didn't happen. It happened, and it didn't just happen there. They went off into a Family Dollar, stole and tore up shit. Yes, they did. They went off into a service station. Other ones stole and tore up stuff. Now you see all of that other stuff that happened on that day. Intelligent people. And then in these colonies in Chicago, where you enable these creatures and allow them to do what the hell they want to do, carjack your car and let them out 5 hours later, your car get towed, and now you got to pay $1,500 to get your car that was stolen from you out of the pound. You've been victimized once, and now you're going to have to come up with the money or lose your car. How is that fair? Because you got dumb behind politicians that say that this is how these young thug criminals got to eat. So you let them go because you say they too poor to make bail. You did that. You enable these people to do that type of foolishness. You need to punish them. You need to take them somewhere and beat their behinds and lock them up until they grow up. I said that, and I don't give a damn if you don't like it. Time somebody start calling it for what it is. You people in the community, where do you Ottomans live? Do you live in my community? You got a damn office right on the same block. But I don't never see you. And do you smell that loud? Smell like a skunk every day? Damn, Alderman, you sitting right there. But you don't say nothing? You don't do nothing? Get the hell out of here. And now you think that everybody's supposed to be quiet. The only one in Chicago that got the nerve to say anything is a white priest. The rest of you so-called preacher pimps, you running around here with your head in the sand and you... I'm telling you, man, this thing is insane. But that's what a commentary allows you to do. And see, I'm going to do that. I'm going to sacrifice. See, I don't wear Jordans. I go to the secondhand store. So I can afford to come down here and pay some money to sit here and talk crazy. Know this. And I'm going to do that. Because Luke Palmer ain't here no more. But somebody need to be here that ain't scared to call it what it is. Anytime you raising thugs like that, these, I bet you they have not punished them. I bet you they just got away with it. They ran in there laughing, tearing up property. Do you know how hard it was to get Walmart to come into these damn communities? You talking about a food desert, and now you got fools running in there, tearing up food? And then when Trump said he gonna just bring a box and drop it off at your house, yeah, he need to go get that cheese and constipate your dumb brain. They need to bring the cheese back, and that's all you get to eat. Because that's how you act, like a damn rat. Man, he don't like black people. Hell no, I don't like no damn fool that go around thinking they are entitled to destroy the people's property. There was no reason for that. There was no excuse for that. I told you, we got people all over. We got people, Chicago got people out at that particular school with this limited line. And then you bastards out there acting a fool and people standing around here trying to embrace you for you to be safe, and you run over here and disgrace the National Walkout Day by acting like a criminal? I'm going to take this call and then I'm going to describe why they do that. Yes, caller, speak on it. Caller?
Yes, thank you for taking my call. I want to make a couple of points, and I agree with you. I think the people who decided to take advantage of this, what really was a day of activism on the part of well-minded young people, you had a group of individuals who decided to take advantage of it and walk into a Walmart, in this case, and destroy private property. Well, what does that do to the community? It means that Walmart now is going to have to hire additional security. It means that they're going to have to raise prices in order to compensate for that added security, which means everybody in that community gets to pay more. Because Walmart's not an idiot. They're not idiots. They're going to protect their property, but they're not going to be the ones who pay for it. So when you end up having to pay an extra 25 or 50 cents every time you visit that Walmart, no, it's because they had to hire 2 or 3 extra security guards in order to make sure that this doesn't happen in the future. And it's not happening in other communities where those prices will continue to be lower. So we can't simply, sweep this under the rug and act like, nobody pays. Yes, somebody's going to pay, and it's going to be the consumer. It's not going to be the people who are at Walmart who run the company and own the stock.
Well, thank you for your comment. You're right. All right. I thought he had a part too, but I guess not. Now, let me just say a little bit more about, and this is a generalization, and I know some of y'all think it's a stereotype, and you really don't think a colored man should say this, but that's one thing, and I'm going to say this because it's about time I do this. I'm ancient. I ain't old school. I'm ancient. I've lived long enough now to be beyond being old and all that. And as an ancient one, I can tell you a little something. People work their whole lives and don't get enough Social Security to eat. They don't. But I would bet you that most of those young people that ran off into Walmart, Family Dollar, and other businesses, the service station, I bet you each one of them have an individual educational plan. They have already been classified as too damn dumb to learn anything. Too stupid to be suspended more than 10 days. So they just believe that they are untouchable. And then the dumb, stupid behind Democrats, they said because they are damaged, ain't nothing wrong with them. They mom and dad that just got slick. Because they damaged for the rest of their life, they can get down near $800 a month and wear all of the best shoes and clothes. But they can't be failed in school. They can't be kicked out. Ain't that a damn shame? That's why they do that. They do that because you have enabled them. But yet the people that have worked and become disabled from working, they can't get what they earn, but you can be born dumb and stupid by a crackhead or a retard. And you and those people can live better than those people that have worked 40 years. That have to work in Walmart to make ends meet. But yet this dumb behind run in there and jeopardize their job. I said all of that. Yes, I did. And I wish one of you politicians, or one of you bureaucrats, or one of you so-called, I wish you would call in here. We can don't agree. You can call in here so I can serve you. Your head on a plate. Because you see what I see. But yet I got to come down here and talk crazy and look crazy, and for you to call me an angry black man. Because I am tired of looking at the fact that only Father Flagger has the nerve to stand up and say something. And the rest of you clowns sit around and let everybody in your church on Sunday to promise you a pork chop. Brother, go to that poor young boy. Right. Now, this is a sad situation here to me. This young brother here, I feel for him.
Hello Twitter. There's gonna be like 6 people watching this. Hopefully, that's about it. But it's National Walkout Day. I'm the only one in my school out here. No one here but me. Didn't really get into much. No one really said anything besides my home teacher. I'm in Spanish class right now. He let me walk out. He didn't really care. So it's gonna be chilling here for the next 15 minutes. Bye.
Now, I want you to see this here. Here's a poor boy go to school and there's 700 people there. And he talked to some of his peers and they can't say they didn't know, like some kids in Chicago didn't know. I talked to a lot of kids that didn't participate because they didn't know. And then I talked to others where they participated, they didn't come back, so they got suspended. But the bottom line, this poor boy here, he tried to get somebody to walk out with him, but they wouldn't. So he walked out there. Out of the student body of 700 people, he was the only one with the strength to walk out. Imagine how he felt. That poor boy walked out there standing on his own, standing up, when nobody standing with him. So 20 years from now, when he run for office and run for president, and he make things better, and you sit back and criticize him, you need to remember this footage. That boy took a walk, and the rest of y'all, 699, sit on your ugly, dumb behinds and let that boy walk out there on his own, by himself. How do you think he felt? That's what we're looking at. You had an opportunity. Now show the other one how these kids did when the school told them they couldn't go. These kids here, we'll show that one in a minute. All right, caller, come on with it. Speak on it.
Yes, sir. Doctor, you talk so well. I got to say this.
All right.
You know what's wrong? People go and vote, and guess what? They vote for color or name. Mm-hmm. They don't take the time to actually look at the people's record. Mm-hmm. You know, we worked hard, African Americans and Hispanics, to make the minority the majority of aldermen. And guess what? that Ram has them all in the palm of their hand, and guess what? They haven't anything since they've got the majority. Mm-hmm. And it's a shame. But you know what? Please, people, when you go vote right. Vote for the people. You invest a little bit of time so you know that man is right. Otherwise, we're going to have no $100 million projects, construction projects, stuff like that. We're all going to be here, and the aldermen, they ain't going to say nothing. They get their money every 4 years. They give it to the people, a few bucks. They go out there and campaign for them, and that's that. Mm-hmm. Listen, if you want this great city of ours to change, invest a little bit of time, get the knowledge of the people, and then vote for the man that you want. Otherwise, I'm 70 years old. The next 20 years is going to be the same. Yeah. Nothing's going to change except one thing. It's going to get worse. These kids today, oh man, if that would have happened in my day, oh my goodness, we wouldn't have to worry about them. We wouldn't have to worry about them because the families took care of their own back then. Neighborhoods took care of their own back then. Now, nobody wants to do anything to these kids because they're afraid of them. They weren't afraid when I was growing up. Man, they look at you. If they raise their voice, you know you were in trouble. But now these kids care. You know, they go out there and smoke this stuff, and the mother and father probably smoke stuff. And the politicians, we got to make marijuana and drugs legal. Hell, we're already messed up. That's all we need is more drugs and more pot. All right, Doc. I'm going to let you talk because I know you have to say something about what I just said. Thank you, Doc.
All right, yeah, Brother Ray. Anytime, man, anytime, because your comments are always welcome, man, because you paid the price. And you make sense. And that's what matters. Now, let me just say this. Got to say it. Because early election is already taking place. And I know some of y'all probably, done had the thought I've had. But I'm gonna snap out of it, man. I was thinking the other day, I said, man, I don't even know if I want to be bothered. I'm just tired of the same old, you got these reruns running. They all trying to justify who they are based upon somebody else. But one of the politicians did something that was really sort of interesting, and they talking about it. He called out 3 types of Negroes. Not only the types, but he even named them. He said one was mediocre, the other you could work with, and the other one was just, you know, he was just a alt, or nothing. So now they done got these few people raised up, so you done took, and this what's done happened. You done took the so-called elder black politicians, and they done divided among themselves, and they with their own white leader running against the other candidate. Now, Rauner might have been slick, because he campaigned 18 months ago. Up here, he ain't doing a lot of campaigning. Not with what I'm seeing. But the rest of them, they are. Now, we need a change. We do. But you need to do like Ray said, you need to pay attention. Because everybody got baggage, man. I'm telling you. Everybody running their mouth, I see pain. Because that's what politicians do. Bring pain to you and profit to themselves. But that's the American way. And we have invested and sacrificed too much not to vote. So the other day when I was saying, man, I ain't going to be bothered, I could hear this soul and the rumbling of all those ancestors that said we didn't fight for y'all to turn around now. So I say that to y'all. Don't turn around now. Go vote. Even though your vote don't count. Go vote anyway. Even though they might not count it, go vote anyway. Now, we're going to be out of here in a few minutes. And like I said to my young man, put your face in here, Jalen. Come over here so they can see you for a minute. Get in here. Let them see. And you in here? There you go. Jalen is a young man. And I just wanted y'all to see him. Jalen going to be down here with me because Jalen get on this computer and he make the program look good. You see what we trying to do with Hotline 21? We try to use what we got. I wish they put the green screen in here or let me put my lines back here. Because if I could get this here popping, I wouldn't be in 19 waiting to be live in 45 days later before you can see us. I wouldn't. I would come right here and do this. So I like the idea that Jalen made himself available and he come here. Somebody said, well, why didn't you have him to talk? He said he didn't want to talk. Now, if he say he don't want to talk, don't ask me why he wasn't talking. You should let young people talk. You should shut up and get your own program. I asked the young man, did he want to talk? He said no. He's comfortable doing that. You see how good he did that? Jalen made this here look like a real documentary. That's right. He got potential. He came down here and he got trained. That's what we do. Because he is his own future. He go to school, he try. And when we have these shows, these commentaries, he gonna be right here, helping to bring you the message. Now, show us this piece with them kids, man. I like these kids, boy. These kids out in California, boy. They ain't got no video or nothing, but I want you to look at that little girl in front. Look at the expression. Look at her swag. Look at her style. Boy, this girl here is serious. The school told these kids they couldn't walk out. They broke the gate. And look at them. They went. Over there at that school, they told them they could walk out. And what did they do? Ran out and broke down the doors in stores and businesses. You see the difference? Don't tell me about race. Shit ain't got nothing to do with race. It's got to do with how you raise these little creatures that you keep reproducing and the government keep allowing you to make excuses for. These are the same kids, same generation. Now these kids gonna fight for something. And you gonna criticize them for getting it. But when you had the opportunity to stand up, you didn't. And you gonna be mad. And 10 years from now, when they are old enough to run for office, you're going to be sitting back saying that you can't run because they racist. They ain't racist, man. They have put forth the work. They put in the work. They went out and they stood up. And they said, we want to be heard, we want to live, we want to learn. What you do? You run out laughing with your stinky, skunk, loud smelling behind. Then you go home, showing the crack of your behind and your ugly mama. Don't say nothing. I was somewhere yesterday at a school, matter of fact, early in the morning. This woman and her daughters and her boy walked right by me. And this boy, big size boy, he had his drawers showing. He must have left some in the car because he went back to the car. So when he was walking toward me, I was looking at him, I was, But when he walked back, I saw that his mama saw his drawers. She's just smoking her cigarette right there in the school zone. She didn't say nothing. His mama didn't see nothing wrong with him showing his behind. He's a teenager. So what do I look like talking about that? But if they instituted a law that say every time I see the crack of your behind, I'm going to put a crack on your back with a whip, I bet they pull them britches up. But you have allowed them to do that. You've allowed them to think that it's okay. And then you wonder why the society is in a degenerate state. Well, as we go forward, and I don't know how to do it because, like I say, 430, 525 is a hard time to sell. But if you do it long enough, you eventually build your audience back. Ray and Steve and others, we built those audience back in the day on Channel 19. And now we done lost them all and they're all confused. They come here on 21 and they try to participate. But I think, Omar, we're going to have to figure out a way that we can start using this here to give Ray and others the opportunity. And once they get in the habit of knowing that we are back and they can call in, they will call in. And I just want to say this to those that might have just looked and decided not to have nothing to say. That's okay too. But I remember Lou Plum. God rest his soul. He'd be doing Lou's notebook. Y'all don't know nothing about that. Most of y'all. But it mattered. Now a whole lot of folks on radio, on TV, just running their mouths. Whew. I did that when I was young. I don't do all of that no more on radio. But now as an ancient one, I'm going to come down here at least once a month. And I'm going to sit here, and if don't nobody be here but me and Jalen and Omari out there on that telephone, we're going to work this until Ray and others can find us at least once a month and call in and comment on issues. Because things are happening in our community that should not be allowed. National Walkout Day is a great step by these young people. But once again, gun control will not stop the slaughter. It won't. Stop blaming gun control. Stop blaming. Because the criminal, they're going to always have a gun. I don't care. You can put them out of business. They're going to have a gun, man. Come on now. The only person that ain't going to have no gun is me because I'm scared. Carla, speak on it.
Yes, you know what? If they had the workforce of people that they had when you and I worked for human service, we worked 24/7.
Right.
We didn't get paid for working 24/7. We were on a mission to make things better and brighter for everybody. We didn't even deal with what color your race was.
That's right.
We were outside workers, community workers, real community workers. We were better workers than our bosses.
That's right. Well, I'm glad you called. I wish you would identify yourself, but I don't want to put you on blast. I appreciate you calling. You're absolutely right.
I don't have no problem because I worked at 640 North LaSalle.
Oh, yes.
24/7.
That's right. See,
we didn't care who was over us. We did what we were supposed to do.
That's right.
We listened to our families. We listened to our kids. In fact, we had a program for teenage pregnancy called Welcome Baby. You remember that?
Yes, I do.
I was the receptionist on all 4 levels. So this is what's missing in this platform.
Right.
And we're going to see a difference with these young people of today. They're very aggressive.
Yes.
And they mean business.
Yes.
They're very polite. They're not rude. They get the job done. And you keep up your good work, too.
Thank you very much. Thanks for calling, too.
Okay, bye now.
Yes, ma'am. Now, let me just say this here. You're right. I looked at these kids, man. These kids, they sound like they should be running for office. They do. Now, Trump now done tweaked that little bill they come up with after what happened in Florida. And we got about 5 minutes. But they didn't they didn't say you have to be 21. You got to be 21 to get drunk, to smoke. But you ain't got to be 21 to go kill somebody or to kill somebody. That goes to show you where their priorities are. But it don't matter, because the other day, a 3-year-old killed a sibling that was about 9 years old. And I bet you it was with a gun, whether it was legal or illegal, it was with a gun that didn't just get up and walk to the hand of the kid. That was an adult who should have done something different with the gun. I grew up around guns. They was behind the dang gun door. Because where I grew up, boy, when white folks started to come up there, down that road, boy, wee hours of the night with a rope. You better have a shotgun behind that door. My grandfather, rest his soul, white folks stole something from him, and my grandfather went back to get his thing. White folks shot him in the face. Didn't kill him, and he overcame it. But after that, we all knew what to do. But we didn't go around killing folk. We didn't just go behind the door and start taking the rifle or the shotgun and shoot everybody we saw. And we were shorties when we grew up like that. So don't tell me guns are the problem. The problem is the people with the gun. And the criminal gonna always have the gun until you put consequences and punishment. And there's a difference between a consequence and a punishment. Punishment brings pain. That's what I mean when I say punishment. Consequence, come on, y'all. Counseling? Please. A time out? Please. No. Pain is what changed the game. And until you damn politicians stop making excuses. And I don't care what your age is, if you carjack somebody, if you commit the crimes you're committing within the safe school zone or anywhere, messing with elders, messing with children, all this stuff you're going around doing, they should deal with you immediately. Stop talking about they too poor to make bond. And now you think you done something great because you allow a sucker out that committed a crime and you say it wasn't violent. But any crime is violent to the person that's the victim. They are traumatized. Like these kids say, they are afraid to go to school. White folks down in Florida say they're going to tear the whole school down and build another one, probably somewhere else. But our children here, sometimes they walk through the same community for a whole year and the blood of the deceased is laying there because ain't nobody even clean it up. Me and one of my associates one day out there, I ain't going to tell you where we went out, boy just got killed. So we went and we was looking, we was walking, and the blood down there, so we got some stuff we did with that to do to clean up the blood, man. Because folks was walking through the blood, walking in their house, walking through the blood, walking into school. Then you wonder why is death? Because you bringing death into your house. You bringing death into your school. You bringing it into your home, into your church, and you dumb behind preachers ain't got enough sense to understand how to purify, how to pacify the souls once they are taken violently. Y'all some ignorant people calling yourselves leaders. You politicians ain't much better. But these children have shown us that they are honorable and worthy of praise and respect. And for all of those that took that stand the other day and those that took that knee and walked out, that was a good thing. And I'm sure that movement gonna grow. And a lot of colored folks, especially colored folks, and we got a minute, they're gonna continue to say, well, that's the same people that was behind Black Lives Matter just using them kids for their own agenda. I wouldn't give a damn what they using them for. The kids are moving around to try to do what? Make it better for themselves and to live. So you can use that little racial foolishness you want to use, but man, don't nobody want to hear that. You just need to pool your resources in your mind to stop your children from being clowns. So until next time we out of here, we're going to give up these 30 seconds because, you know, I'm tired. That's what you do when you're ancient.